For almost a decade now, Iman Gadzhi has been hitting record on his life. And I'm not just talking about the highlights, I mean the entire raw journey, from a teenager who was just desperate to support his single mom, all the way to the nine-figure entrepreneur you see today. So we're going to unpack that entire documented history, slide by slide. And honestly, Gadzhi kind of sets the stage himself, right? He knows he's a polarizing figure, a hero to some, a villain to others. But here's the one thing that's just undeniable. It was all recorded. See, this isn't some success story told in hindsight. It's a journey that unfolded in real time for literally anyone to watch.
So, that's the big question, isn't it? How does a teenager actually go from being broke to having a nine-figure net worth all while the camera's rolling? What does that path really look like? Well, let's follow the footage and find out, starting right from day one. All right, so let's rewind. We're starting back in 2016. Gadzhi is just, 15 or 16 years old? He's in school, he's hitting the gym, and he starts filming himself. But this wasn't about getting famous. He had a mission, and it had nothing to do with money. Well, not yet anyway. Right from the get-go, his whole thing was this: provide value first. His early videos were all about sharing everything he was learning about fitness and online business, breaking it all down for other people, and he was answering every single DM, all of it, for free. And this quote right here, it just nails his mindset at the time. I mean, people were already offering him money for coaching, but he actually said no. He felt like he hadn't earned it yet. So it was never about a quick payday. It was about mastering a skill and building real trust. And this is where it starts to pay off. That foundation of trust he built, it landed him his very first client for just £75 a week. Look, £75 a week isn't going to make you rich, but it was the first real proof that his value-first strategy was actually working. Okay, so let's jump forward to 2017. If 2016 was all about laying the foundation, man, this was the year he didn't just build a house, he built the whole skyscraper. Gadzhi himself calls it the most transformative year of his entire life. And the pace of this year is, it's just staggering. Think about it. He's 17, he drops out of high school. In that exact same year, he hires his first employee. And by the end of 2017, he's running a six-figure business. It's an absolutely incredible transformation in just 12 months. Just let this contrast sink in for a second. A year before this, he was a kid who couldn't even afford a bus ticket to go to the movies. And now, he's making good on a promise he made when he was broke, taking his mom to Paris. It's a huge personal win that just shows how much his world had changed. And if you want to put a number on it, in the very last month of 2017, he cleared $50,000 in profit, from £75 a week to $50,000 a month in a little over a year. But as we're about to see, that kind of crazy growth, it often comes with a pretty heavy price tag. So let's fast forward a bit to 2020. After years of just nonstop growth, his businesses are bigger than they've ever been. But behind the scenes, something was seriously wrong. This is where the story takes a really sharp, unexpected turn. So on the outside, everything looked perfect, right? Unstoppable momentum. His companies were growing, his wealth was growing. But in private, his health was just collapsing. And that's the one problem that money just can't fix. And I mean, listen to this. In his own words, here's how bad it got. He had this debilitating autoimmune condition that left him, as he says, crippled. For months, business strategy was out the window. It was literally just about survival. His team had to run everything while he focused on one thing: staying alive. But from that absolute rock bottom, he fought his way back. Once he recovered, he made a huge life change, moving his entire base of operations from London to Dubai in 2021. It was like he was signaling to the world, hey, this is a whole new chapter with a new, healthier focus. And that really brings us to the next phase of his whole journey. After all those years of building, he started to use his wealth in a really big way, with a new focus on philanthropy and giving back. And I mean, on a massive scale. And we're talking about real, tangible impact here. I mean, he's built multiple schools for thousands of kids in Nepal. He finally bought his mom the dream house he always promised her. And he's constantly giving back to his team, his friends, even his audience, with everything from cars and Rolexes to shopping sprees. So why does he do all this? This quote right here, it gets to the heart of it. His generosity isn't just random. It's fueled by the exact same motivation he had as a teenager. That feeling of helplessness, that drive to provide for his mom, That feeling is still the engine driving everything he does today. All right, so after all that, what's the big takeaway from this decade-long public record? Well, it really boils down to this one crucial lesson that Gadzhi talks about over and over again. And here it is, maybe the most important lesson in this whole story. None of this happened overnight. He traces it all back to these simple habits he started as a teenager, reading a book every week, meditating, working out. The success you see today, it's all built on nearly a decade of that quiet, consistent, day in, day out work. I mean, this comparison just says it all, doesn't it? From a kid trying to find some peace and focus by himself in a school bathroom to now, a guy leading multiple massive companies out in the open. It's the ultimate proof of what long-term vision and just relentless consistency can do. You know, the only reason we can even talk about all this is because one guy decided to hit record on his life for 10 years. It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Whether you have a camera on you or not, your actions are recording a story every single day. So what story is your life recording?